Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nobody watching yet. This is Thursday night, isn't it?
It's Thursday.
It is Thursday.
It's
Yes.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Hello.
There we go. They got 4 right off the bat.
Hello.
There we go. We're picking up.
Mhm.
It's Thursday. How are you?
is. How are you? I'm good. I'm splendid, thank you. Or as
Splendid.
one guy on the Sports Talk Radio says here, he says, I'm Mai Tai.
Oh, my
I
God.
thought Mai Tai was a drink. Oh, we got our first commenter, Richard.
Oh, hey.
I think Andy has the intro tonight, I believe.
Cool.
He does.
I can deal with it.
Can you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can
Now
do it.
Now we're picking up. We're cooking with oil now.
Okay.
You can do it.
Have you guys ever heard of hydro lock when it comes to gas engines?
Hmm.
It's where you have fuel or oil in the cylinder, and you try to pull the cord to start it, and it won't pull.
Oh,
They call it
yeah.
They call it hydro lock.
Hmm.
They have to do my pressure washer, and I've had to watch some eBay videos on it. You got to turn your fuel line off, otherwise that happens.
Yeah.
Never had an issue with it till the other day. So
You get a gold star, Megan. You're number one.
How's your pool filter going, Mark? Pretty good.
so far so good. So
Good.
far so good.
Konnichiwa.
But I haven't vacuumed the pool yet. Well, that's gonna be the big test.
No, you need to get one of those automatics where you just put the pool and it cleans it up.
I know.
Those look, man. I wish I would have had one of those when I had my pool up.
Remember that stuff I was talking to you about the pool to clean it up more? It's like a powder, but it's iron tab powder.
Oh yeah.
Was it stronger or better than chlorine?
It's supposed to get rid of the algae quicker
Wow.
and get all along the side of the pool and everything.
Part of our problem this year, we had to drain the pool like we normally do, all the way to the bottom and get all the algae out. But we've been filling our pool with the well water, which is high in minerals, and the dead algae has stuck to it and sticks to the liner. It's a pain in the butt to get off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't miss those days.
No. And we weren't going to open our pool this year, but the kids said, I want to swim in the pool. So our liner's got
Kids gotta have a
duct tape
pool,
on
Mark.
it. And,
Kids gotta have a pool.
Yeah. But that pool is held together with bailey wire duct tape right now.
I've been there,
wow.
done that.
I'm on my way. I'm gonna come down there and cannonball.
Cannonball!
Yeah. No, it's got
Like tidal
patches
wave.
all over it. I made the mistake of when they put the pool in, I had a sprinkler head that was where they're going to put it. And I just put a cap on it. And I can't remember what it was I did, but I thought I thought they're going to build up above it.
Mm-hmm.
You put dirt in because my backyard slopes. No, they excavated and knocked it loose. I didn't know that.
Hmm.
And I turned the sprinklers on the first time, and it washed the sand out. I got a low spot right there. It stretched the liner, and we've had to patch it every year because it keeps getting stretched more and more. We need a new liner. We're gonna get one.
I sent you the link, Mark, for that stuff. That's what I was talking about.
Which Mark, me or Cuddles?
You.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Yeah, they said it's supposed to work even better.
Oh, okay. Oh, the iron stuff. Okay.
Yep.
Iron out toilet bowl cleaner. Toilet bowl.
Yep.
The turlet.
It's for the turlet.
It's for the turlet. Yeah. This is terrible, man. It's terrible.
Do you remember who I remember being the first person saying turlet on TV in the 70s, Mark?
Who?
Archie Bunker.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that's right.
Get the turlet.
Didn't his toilet always flush, or was that Fish, Dave Vigoda?
I think it was Fish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, he was always in the bathroom.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I love the old sitcoms.
Me too. 70s sitcoms, man. There were so many good ones.
If I have to say it all over again, I will. Good Times is one of my favorite sitcoms from
Dynamite.
back in the day.
For me, the Jeffersons.
That
Well,
and What's
oh.
Happening and the Jeffersons.
I don't think there wasn't one bad episode of the Jeffersons.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great.
I didn't watch a whole lot of Jeffersons. I really didn't watch a whole lot of All in the Family either, because they tackled a lot of serious issues. And
You
as
know
a
what?
kid,
They got too serious.
playtime's over.
Mhm.
I'm Andy B. and Spanning the Globe starts now.
Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday night. You know what that means. It's time to go spanning the globe. My name is Mark Maggard. I'm your host. I want to thank you for joining us and giving up 2 hours of your Thursday evening as you do each and every week. And let's go ahead and introduce our co-host tonight. Then we'll get into these sponsors. First of all, to my left and your right, Mr. Richard Ward. Also known as the Warden.
How you doing?
And then underneath him is Mr. Andy B. From Love Those Wrestling Belts. Be sure you join that group if you like a nice drama-free belt group. It's a great group.
Definitely.
And then underneath me, from Championship Belt Brothers, Mr. Ben Walker, a.k.a. Heel Grandpa. Another drama-free group.
How's it going, everybody?
One of the best groups out there.
Yeah.
What is going
All right.
on?
You okay?
And
Guys, too.
also, as I mentioned earlier, I am your host, Mr. Mark from Wide World of Belts. And I want to remind everybody about our sponsors for the evening. They are Mark Leather Championship Beverly Leathering, Ashley Souther Designs, and Unique Championship Belts. And I want to give a special shout out to our later guest. He'll be on the second hour, Mr. Kevin Davenport, with his Double Drop Kick podcast. They're on every Saturday night. Be sure you give him a like and subscribe. He would greatly appreciate that. We're going to talk about his interview this past weekend. There's been a little bit of controversy with that, but we'll get into that in the second hour. And so let's take a look at who's watching the show tonight. We have first one tonight, Megan. Hello, Megan.
Hey, Megan, what's up?
Konnichiwa.
Hope you have us on the big screen. Hope we're on the big screen tonight. Mr. Christopher Rains.
Hey,
What's
Chris.
up, Chris?
And before you say anything, hello, Lisa.
Hello, Lisa.
Watches.
Hey, Lisa.
Hello, Ethan.
Hey,
What's up,
not,
Ethan?
that's not nice.
No, it's not. But he said it. He said it in a very loving way.
He
You
did.
big
Yeah.
poo-poo
He
head.
did.
Yes, yes. Yes, you're the first. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Jeff Kokaki, hello.
What's up,
Boy.
Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
You're number one in our book as well. Thank you very much, Chris. Jim Meals, hello.
Jim.
Hey, Jeff.
And hello again, Lisa.
Hello.
Watch for you place. Glad to see you finally get settled. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Laverty,
What's up, Mr.
aka
Laverty?
Ultimate Cuddles.
So,
What's up,
Cuddles?
Rudy?
He's the ultimate one.
Okay, all right. That's
All right.
that's a good way to watch Chris on the big screen TV and Chromebook to comment. That's right.
40
There you
inches.
go.
That's
Yeah.
a big one.
Hello, Lane Ledford.
That's what she said.
Hour
I couldn't let it
two.
go. I'm
Hour
sorry.
two.
I couldn't let it go.
All right. Already,
Yes,
man. Already.
Jason Cortez. Hello. How you doing, sir?
Hey,
How's it
Jason.
going, man?
What's up,
Great friend of the-
Jason?
Great friend of ours.
Rudy.
Gianni Martello. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, I got a new shirt this
Gianna.
week. Got it yesterday.
Gianni.
Nice.
Tamaj. Hello.
What's up, Tamaj?
Hey, man.
There's Ashley from Ashley Southern Designs. Hello. And
Ashley.
hello, Rylan.
Ashley.
That's my daughter, if you don't know. Kevin O'Keefe. Hello.
What's up,
Going,
Kev?
man.
Yeah, we got to get an 18-foot circle liner, and we were told to get something. I don't remember. It's not a lap over. It's the other one. I can't remember what it's called now.
Mhm.
But Chris saying hello to everybody in the group.
Hello.
Platinum Swords. Hello.
Platinum.
What's up, Platinum?
Reese Buckner. Hello, sir.
Going.
What's up,
You're
Reese?
What's up, Reese?
You're going to like the belt of the week this week. I can guarantee it. Chris Raines again. Hello, Platinum. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this guy. The new spot next to him. Scott Aarons.
Hello.
My spot, not your
Yep.
spot, not a liver spot, not my
Yeah.
pet spot.
What's up, Scott?
And Wrestling Bonkers from watching us from the UK.
What's up,
What's up,
Bunker?
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 Appreciate your dedication watching us every week. We greatly appreciate that.
We appreciate everybody watching.
Hello, Max. I'm going
What's
to be
going
hard.
on, Max? There
What's
we
up,
go.
Max?
Hard shoot it.
How
I'm
you
going to hard
doing,
shoot tonight or tomorrow night. So,
What's up, Max?
all right. So as usual, we start the show off with a belt of the week to start the show, and I have it again. I'm gonna have it the next 2 weeks at least. Today and next week. I think Andy might have it next week. We'll see.
We'll see.
If your UPS guy can,
Deliver to the right place.
yeah. So let's do the belt of the week. So I have this one, and I've shown this one before, but this one is actually on newer leather. I actually redid the leather, and I'll show you the old strap shortly. But this is the NWA Television Championship. This is made by My Amadesser, and I made this what I think to be more TV accurate. Not exactly TV accurate, but more accurate.
Looks great.
Everybody stamp there. The difference between this one and the old strap is I did the edge tooling all the way around the strap instead of around the side plates. That's that rosebud tooling, or what do they call that? He did a beautiful job with the plates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
This is
nice.
SD plates, 4mm zinc. And I also had a bolt loose on the back of one of the side plates, and come to find out the bolt was stripped. So I took it off when I re-leathered it, and actually had to put the JB weld on it.
ExtremeT-shirts.com.
What's that?
Yeah, it's where you got your shirt from.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I couldn't remember. I just got it yesterday. Richard gave me the idea, then he didn't buy one yet.
No, I'm gonna get one now. I'm gonna get one.
And this belt didn't come with a property plate, so I stamped NWA on that side of the strap just to fill that space in there. So very happy with how it turned out. And then there's the back. I put the red backing on it. Now, there's two versions of this belt that were original to TV. You had the red strap with the black backing and the black strap with the red backing. I chose the black strap with the red backing because I'm more of a traditionalist, although the original strap was red with the black backing. But very happy with how it turned out. There it is.
Well, Bonkers, if we don't talk to you, have a happy birthday tomorrow.
Yep.
All right. So there is the belt of the week. Let's catch up with the comments. There's our gathering update from Gianni.
Oh man, where's the music?
Looking forward to
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll have to get that back. I'm sorry. I apologize.
looking forward to 7 weeks from now.
I wish I was going.
It'll be 52 weeks.
I can go, but
I did. Tamaj.
was
I did.
fun.
Yeah. Speaking of bullies, we'll get to that in a minute too. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you very much. I actually got two things in the mail yesterday. I got this, and happy birthday. You're catching up with me.
A lot of 50s this year. A lot of 75.
Yeah.
A lot of 75 babies, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I'll be 50 in August.
Okay. So here's the belt right here. Close up. I'll put going full screen. This is the belt. Like I said, my Amadasser did the plates for this belt. And here's the backing. I'm much more pleased with how this belt turned out. Let me show you this old strap. On the old strap, I took the tooling around the side plates. See, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I left this blank because I didn't have a. Actually, it did have one, but it wasn't etched that well, so I didn't put it on there. And I tooled the snap box this way. And I still have the backing on it. If anybody's interested in this strap, I mean, it's still a good strap. It'll have to be rebacked, but I had to tear some of it off to get the nuts off. But anyway.
And if you want, you can cover the back with patches.
Yeah.
No referral.
I missed that comment.
That's as loud as I've ever been laughing in a long time.
Okay. This was not. I got this yesterday from where'd you say? Extreme Shirts.
ExtremeT-shirts.com.
Okay, all right. I think it cost me $34. I think so. It was. Was that what it was?
It was pretty fast shipping too. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it in a couple of days. And no, I actually got stuck in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is terrible about that stuff.
Is it the dry fit material?
No, not exactly. I'm not sure how. It's kind of strange to explain this, but it's also got the WWE on the shoulder.
That I like.
Both shoulders. And this is a heat transfer. So I don't know if this is DTF or just heat press or what. But yeah, very nice.
Looks good.
I also got this Halliburton case yesterday with this shirt. And I ordered cash to put this Halliburton so I could put this belt on the Halliburton case and or on the cash. I got taken on eBay. I'm going to have to file a complaint. They didn't ship the money, but somebody send me the damn money.
So, Mark, you're saying they took the damn money, right?
Yeah, they took the damn money. They sure did.
Ran.
Yeah, I'm going to show you a close-up of this belt or this case here. It's right there. There it is. Let me take a comment off here.
Nice.
So that's it right there. I just need the cash to go with it. Very happy with the case, though. It came with a combination lock. So
cool.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Also, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube. We dropped 2 subscribers over the last couple weeks because of some controversy.
It's
we gained one back. We gained one back, so we're back to 214, which is completely unacceptable. So if you are not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, let me give it off full screen. Please do so and like and subscribe and click that bell to be notified when the show airs. 500. Because we're going to have a giveaway for this belt. This is by Unique Championship Belts. It's 4mm zinc, dual plated, and it will be on my leather. Actually, that was my personal belt, but I have a set of plates exactly like these, which I'll re-leather once I get close. But let's get to 500 subscribers and give this beautiful belt away. I'm very happy with mine. You'll be happy with this one as well. Also have for sale this Texas Heavyweight Championship by, who was that again? Ali Raza. Is that right, Ben?
Ali Raza, yeah.
Yeah. And I just re-leathered this one on my leather, and I'm asking $300 shipped. And I had a couple of nibbles on it, but nobody's bit yet. Also trying to get this sold. This is a Power Town Vern Gagne figure.
Better grab them because those are fading away.
They are. I'm asking $60 ship for this one. It's not been opened yet. So if you're into figures, that is the one to get. What else am I working on? Let me look at my list here. I don't have any other leather projects going on right now. My table is free, so if you need to re-leather, now'd be a good time. I'm going to offer starting Saturday for next week only, and for the first 3 or 4 customers, 10% off re-leathers. So $300 re-leather, like the NWA TV, that would be $270. So that's pretty cheap in my opinion. So hit me up. First 3 or 4 they hit me up. We'll get in on this deal. So hit my inbox up. All right. Guys, got anything going on? Got anything coming in? I know Andy does.
I know I'll
Andy
have
does.
something within a week or two.
Okay. Andy's got delivered today, but it did get delivered to his house.
Yeah, took it to the wrong street. Imagine that. UPS. Come.
Imagine
Only
that.
me. I get the luck, you know?
Did they recover your package?
They're supposed to call me back and let me know. No, actually, they know where they left it, and they're supposed to bring it to my house. It hasn't arrived as of yet.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I have your address, John, but good luck with that. Somebody take the damn money. That's right. Yeah, I was leery of that till Richard told me it was a good site. He's ordered from them before.
Yeah, I've ordered a bunch of shirts from them.
There's DDK. That's our guest. He'll be joining us in the second hour.
There he is.
Yeah. And Max, I'll be hollering at you tonight or tomorrow about maybe coming on next week, if you're willing. Yeah, everybody starts from China.
Oh, Jesus, did you?
Yeah, it was a mistake. Cheap prices for $1 million work. All right. So I want to get into something here. There's someone who we have had on this show. Had a great time with him. He was a great guest. He did some unique. Since we found that Sense is not so unique with belts, and he got so comfortable with us that he felt comfortable tagging me into a post where he was having some drama with somebody, and one thing led to another. He ended up being removed from the Wide World of Belts group because he's just a lot of drama, and he called me a hypocrite. He's been on the attack ever since. Tried to accuse me of making fun of his height. He made up a couple of medical issues that I obviously didn't know about, and then showed pictures of himself that disproved what he was claiming. And I'm talking about a guy by the name of Jason Presley. And in the process of trying to get him to go away and just cut it out, and I found out you can't make him go away and cut it out. I did a video mocking, or not mocking, but parroting a video he did. He was trying to show a positivity, even though he was being very dramatic in the groups, and he's down to 2 or 3 groups now. He's been kicked out of most of the main groups.
Who knows?
Something like that. But anyway, he's got a very small audience to spew that crap. But he since the thing about his physical issues that he claimed he had did not work out, because he proved himself. He basically proved that he didn't have them. Or at least he proved that there's no way anybody would know he had those things. Claimed that I made fun of his height because we put a picture up of his face on a little kid next to the little thing that says "You must be this tall to ride," which we were actually referring to as maturity level, not his height, because I don't know how tall the guy is. But he claimed that I was making fun of his height because of his physical ailment that stunted his growth, while bragging he was six foot tall. So he was doing a video one day, and he had his earbuds in. He's walking around the neighborhood talking about how positive he is, how wonderful everything is. I don't remember what all he said in this video. And it was just one of those upbeat, I guess, I can't think of the word, but just trying to exude energy, I guess it was, and be positive. So I thought I'll just take that video, make one of my own, and just do the opposite of that. My neighborhood wasn't so good. So now he has been saying, I guess, for quite some time. It just he waited till a certain podcast came up to air that crap, and now he's saying that video is racist. So I'm going to play this video, and I want you guys to tell me what you think. What is racist about this video? Okay, I'm going to play this video, and now keep in mind this was a year ago. So and let me preface this by saying, before I kicked him out of Wide World of Belts, I've messaged him to ask him to untag me from this dramatic post where he was trying to get another guy kicked out of the group because the guy made a comment he didn't like. And, I didn't know what the dispute was. But anyway, he told me, you need to do the right thing. You need to do the right thing. So that was the anthem for several weeks. That was do the right thing. So this is the basis of this video. That's not it.
Hey, everybody.
Whoops.
Hey, everybody. I just thought I'd take a little walk and talk about, do the right thing. I was inspired by another video where a guy's just walking down the sidewalk in his neighborhood, and hello, Mr. McFeely, nice crack pipe. And You know, he's onto something here. Do the right thing. What is the right thing? I just don't know. But leave me alone, dog. Get off. Sorry about that. Whew, sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, do the right thing. You always must do the right thing. What is the right thing? Well, the right thing is something different for different people. And so, watch it. Shoot that way. Wow. Okay. Anyway. So do the right thing. Anytime you're in a group or anything like that, you must always do the right thing. I don't know what that is, but it is apparently the right thing. And
So that is the racist video. Now, I'm the only one in the video. I got a neighbor named Mr. McFeely. If any of you know anything about anything, that is the name of the Caucasian mailman on Mr. Rogers. And when he said your mama, that was me. That was my voice, pre-recorded. The dog was pre-recorded. The gunshot was pre-recorded. But here we go. Thank you very much, Tamaj. I appreciate that. And actually, the neighborhood I was walking through was around our high school campus. So, but yeah, he claims that video is racist. It is a caricature of or parody of the video he did, where everything was so wonderful. So, if you hear Jason Presley complaining about a racist video, that's the video. And later that day, I shot a second video inspired by the Do the Right Thing movement. So let me show you that video.
Do the right thing. Do the right thing.
This has Forrest Gump in it.
Do the right thing. 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 What does it mean?
That was just a bonus video. So anyway, I want to get that out of the way because I'm tired of hearing about the fact that I make fun of people who have disabilities. I didn't help myself with a couple weeks ago, a comment I made, but did not make fun of him for having a disability because I didn't know he had a disability. There's no evidence of a disability. And but he's going around now telling people that I'm putting out a racist video. So it just never stops. So if you see this Jason Presley comments in some of the groups, just tell him what you think of him. So, and that video also was inspired. The last video was inspired by Forrest Gump, if you catch the reference there. So, thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it. Here's a new viewer, Onion Savoya. Yeah, we're going to talk about that here.
We're going to touch on that here in a few. Yep. Stay with us. Stay with us.
Yep. We'll get there shortly. Appreciate you bringing that. Thank you for watching. So like and subscribe, YouTube, and join the Wide World of Belts on Facebook. Thank you, Tamaj, for that. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Speedy delivery. That's Mr. McFeely, my neighbor that smokes a crack pipe. Thank you, Chris. He is. And by the way, Deuce Legends has a YouTube channel. He does belt reviews. So be sure to check that on YouTube.
Yes.
Stephen Hammer's in here too. He also does.
Oh yeah, Stephen Hammer as well.
We came up on YouTube as well. Yes, a lot of great people in the hobby.
Two great reviewers, man.
Yes, and that's the thing to have is reviews.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that's just great editing. That one video where you saw me close up, I was out of breath.
That wasn't Mark running. That was a stunt double.
Yeah, it was a stunt double.
Yeah, it was. Exactly, Gianni. That very last part. Yeah.
That was his brother Clark.
Clark. Yeah.
Clark Nagger.
Yeah.
Good old Clark.
Yeah. Embrace the dark side. Yeah.
I like that comment right there.
Thank you, Vinny. Appreciate that. Thank you. I threw in the leg cramp there, just for humor.
I still say it was a butt cramp.
Butt cramp, yeah. Yeah, I was prairie dogging. You are, Jason. You are. Thank you very much. And you are. You sure are. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you don't ever get deported. That's an inside joke. He'll get that one.
Oh, jeez.
So Onion Savoya brought up a good point, and that's next on my list. I believe it is. We've had some releases, another round of releases a month after the first round. Which how many people got released the first time? 5 or 6 or more than that?
They've been doing like bundles.
Yeah.
Like they're.
Yeah. So this last week, R-Truth, Carlito, and Sarah Logan have all been released, and that's been the R-Truth one was the one that caught most people off guard.
And there's rumblings of Miz.
Okay, that's something else. Miz and Gunther both removed the WWE content from social media. Now I've heard different stories about that.
Yeah, I think that was in protest to how R-Truth was treated.
Yeah, because Gunther's too hot right now. There's no way Gunther's going to get released.
Yeah.
Plus, he just resigned with the company, a multi-year contract, a couple months ago.
Yeah, and Miz has been good for the company. I mean, he's probably one of
everything they've ever asked him to.
He's got the biggest losing record in WWE because he puts people over.
He does. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Miz is like Titus O'Neil. Whatever they give him, he does.
He does what he's asked of.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a workhorse. He's a workhorse.
Always has been.
And he's got a hot wife too.
Yeah.
But
it helps.
Yeah. And Richard sent me something today that I wasn't aware of, but it kind of makes sense that maybe all these releases are having is because the WWE is rumored to be bleeding money to the tune of $3 billion. That's with a B.
TKO.
TKO. Yeah.
Yep.
So they're getting rid of high dollar talent. As a matter of fact, John Cena was rumored to have asked for that match with R-Truth in an effort to show that R-Truth is still valuable to the company.
Yeah.
And
I have a feeling he'd get him to come back.
I think for sure they'll sign R-Truth to a Legends deal, don't you think?
Yeah, I think they'll sign him to a Legends deal because they have video. There's video of John Cena and R-Truth hugging behind,
or at least similar,
stage.
Or at least give him a deal similar to what they gave Strowman after they released him.
Simba, sit down.
True.
Mufasa.
I just addressed the elephant in the room. Sorry, not on the couch.
Wait, my ex-wife is not here.
Oh, look who's here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, scroll up. I wouldn't catch that.
Nor. Welcome back.
Where's that? There it is. Welcome back. Good to see you.
We ain't had an official show in weeks. Thanks, Nor.
No, we have. Yeah, thank you for making this official again.
Yeah, my understanding with the R-Truth thing was they offered him lower money, and he declined it.
I heard that too. Yeah, I heard that. But yeah, I agree. I think they're all in it for the money, which, I mean, that's what they're in business for, is to make money. And they saw a cash cow at WWE, and they're squeezing it for every drop they can get. And I think with all the promotion they're putting into it, they're probably upside down. They're trying to get out of it.
Here's one thing I have an opinion about. They should have never left USA.
No.
For Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was foolish.
I have more trouble on Monday night to watch Raw than I did when I was on USA.
Right.
Yeah, Netflix has been kind of a disappointment for me, guys.
Their viewer count has gone down, hasn't it?
Yep.
It's not the big grand thing that they were going to be free to do all these promises. It doesn't seem like any of it's happening.
That was ridiculous to even do that. Oh, well, we'll just give you SmackDown.
Okay. For me, using me as an example, it's on Netflix. I can go back and watch. I don't have to sit there on Monday night and watch it. I go back and watch it later, and then I don't. And I'm wondering if maybe that's a lot of other people having the same issue.
Right.
Because they know it'll be there, and, well, it's summer. Got things going on. We'll watch it later and just never get back to it.
And it's going to get worse because they just bought AAA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Everybody, you see people commenting saying they lose money through UFC. Now you got to worry about losing money through AAA in Mexico.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Ben, you're going to be watching that Saturday? I'm going to watch it for the first time.
Yeah. Evolve. They bought Evolve. You just bought three wrestling. You just bought 3 wrestling companies in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yep.
And I'm reading that this is a possibility they might be interested in selling back to Vince. I hope not.
I hope not.
I don't think he's going to have the backing and funds to do it this time.
I heard he sold recently like a huge amount of stock.
Yeah, him and Nick Khan did it.
Yeah, so who knows what's going to happen.
They're trying to position a cash position to buy it back. So
God, I hope he does get back in. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too.
Oh, there's a rumor, according to Jonathan Coachman, that Triple H and The Rock are having a power struggle.
Yep.
And I hate to see that, but Triple H doesn't have Vince to fall back on now, so he's kind of on his own.
Mm-hmm.
But except for that one WrestleMania, he's done a pretty darn good job in booking. So we'll see how it goes. That's your opinion. I didn't say that.
Because is there a possibility that they buy TNA? I mean, it almost seems like the wheels are set in motion for it to happen.
I think that's almost a given, don't you, Ben?
Yeah,
going to own that.
I bet
the writing's on the wall.
I bet they get the NWA for a fire sale.
Oh yeah, they could get NWA real cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Mark Kevin's waiting for the link.
Why buy the NWA?
Right.
Noah, maybe you never know.
I mean, you can't buy the library because there's whatever popular library the NWA has, they already own.
Yeah. And they're not going to get any so-called territory because they really don't have it, even though they did it.
Right. What are you buying? The Dome Globe?
Yeah.
Seriously, think about it. If they bought the NWA today, what are they buying?
Not much.
No. But it has potential.
Their shows are on X, formerly Twitter. I mean, what does that tell you right there?
Right. You buying a name.
All you're doing is buying, like Billy Corgan, buying a name. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't doubt if they go after Noah because they're never going to buy New Japan. They'll never sell.
Mm-hmm.
So Noah would be the most likely one in Japan.
Yeah.
All Japan, we know Baba's wife she'll die with that company. She'll take that company to the grave with her. And that's why they're suffering. They're changing leadership every 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, people can throw the NWA name around, but what are you buying? What are you buying?
Yep.
Well, you're buying a legacy there. That company's been around since 1948.
I get it. I get it. But tell me what you're buying.
Yeah.
Not much. Not much.
There's nothing. There's bones. There's not meat. There's not meat on the bones to even pick off that company.
It's a rolling chassis. They'll have to put the engine on it.
Platinum, you nailed it right there, Platinum.
Yeah, that's
it's very very well possible. But why are they fussing complaining about losing money? You're gonna lose money the first couple of years you buy a company like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna turn a profit.
Yep.
Especially when you overpay for them.
I'm actually looking forward to AAA Saturday.
Again, people can throw NWA out there all they want. I'm not seeing the value in it. Nothing. The name is there. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. What else are you buying? There's nothing much more you buying out of that company.
I'd like to see somebody that knows how to run a wrestling company buy that company and run it right.
It'd be great. Jim Cornette would have been perfect for that company.
Cornette would have been great.
Yep.
Cutting the fat, real, yeah.
We need the Tyler Dove video. We need to play that.
What's up, brother?
I don't have it. But part of it plays into this is the fact they're paying Roman Reigns $15 million a year, or is it a year, or is that his contract amount?
$15 million a year.
Okay,
is what
and
I read.
They're wanting to renegotiate the contract to pay him less money, but they don't want to cut him.
So what is that? $1 million per appearance?
Yeah,
because he's only showing up about 10, 15 times a year.
Right.
Yeah. But
when's the last time he wrestled on TV?
I can't remember. He wrestled once or twice after he lost the belt to Cody, but that's been it. That's been gosh, that was WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, there's rumors going around he's going to show up
That was
tomorrow
on
night.
that was on pay-per-view. That was on pay-per-view. When's
Yeah.
the last time? Somebody tell me when's the last time Roman had a TV match?
That's a trivia
Jeez,
question.
I can't even think of it.
I can't think of it.
I mean, there was that angle where he was going to come back and go after the bloodline.
Right.
But that never happened.
What they call him?
When was the last time he's been on TV? Seth Rollins is on TV.
OTC.
Seth Rollins is on TV.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you are. I believe in Taylor Dove.
It's
Got the song
catchy,
stuck-
right?
I got the song stuck in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, see, the NWA's in fractures. They're in bits and
Yep.
pieces.
Oh, Max says WrestleMania. That was the last time we seen Roman.
The last
TV.
WrestleMania?
When was the last
TV.
time he was on Raw and SmackDown?
Mm.
TKO's not hurting. No, but they probably don't like to bleed money. As a whole company, they're probably fine, but they're losing money with WWE. Maybe, I don't know. That's the rumor. And there's somebody. There was a post somewhere today that said that AEW think they're bleeding money. They're not bleeding money like WWE is, and I don't know if this is a fact or not. That's just what's out there.
Yeah.
We report
I
what we
think
hear.
Billy
AEW got
Corgan.
AEW got that NFL money to fall back on, though.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think Billy Corgan would be good if he stepped back and be an owner and have somebody else run the company.
It's
Yeah.
that's right.
Right?
I mowed my lawn yesterday. It's
Yeah, AEW has that NFL money to hide their losses, even though we know it's out there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, but still, they got a cover for it.
Billy
What's this
Corgan
thing?
has the same issue that Tony Khan has. He needs to get a booking company or booking team. Exactly. That's the problem. And they had momentum going into COVID, and then when COVID hit, they shut down operation. They didn't have a training center or development center like WWE has. They lost any momentum they had when COVID hit.
I mean, I loved the NWA when it was on YouTube. I watched
Yeah, I
the
did
first
too. I
couple
watched
episodes.
OVW is a better product than NWA.
Yeah,
COVID. You know,
because they know how to book it.
They're not a bucket, right?
Billy Corgan did not see fit to keep it going during COVID, like everybody.
Al Snow has that company running smoothly. There's a name you would have never thought
Yeah.
could, book a company like that, but he can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's a wrestler. He's been in the business. Tony Khan just bought Play Toys. That's how he treated it.
Khan and Billy Corgan both.
Yeah. Now Billy Corgan's a great musician, but as a wrestling company owner, he sucks.
Yeah, he's terrible.
Plain and simple. He had the right idea going into it, but when COVID hit, I think he just went back into his music and just really didn't care.
I think if they never did that spot, they would have been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That right there, Jerry.
Yeah.
Correct.
The Tony Khan syndrome.
Yeah, Tony Khan syndrome, exactly.
Yep.
TKS. Not TKO, TKS.
There you go.
Yeah, Rock is on the board, and he needs to be management, not get in the ring and make his Hollywood money.
Yeah,
They do.
don't book yourself
Right.
in main event stuff. Let their talent do it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh,
Yeah, that Me Too movement did not help them at all.
Nope.
I guess I missed.
Did not help them.
I guess I missed out on that.
Who was that really got nailed with the Me Too? Can't think of his name.
I can't either.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the guy with the twist.
Tyler Dove, you was wrong for that.
What's his name? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Now
Villain.
he works at the
Villain.
zoo, doesn't he?
Yeah, the villain. He was in the Bullet Club.
Me too, with Jim Cornette.
I can't think of his name.
They lost big time when they kicked Jim Cornette off.
Yeah.
Or fired Jim Cornette
And
for
they easily could have just went back to the taking it out. He didn't even
edit it out. Yeah,
They could have edited it out.
Why
It shouldn't have never even made TV.
that was like the David Von Erich dying WCW. That was the start of the downfall.
Yep.
Marty Skrull.
There you go.
There you go.
Scroll.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about.
Who the hell's Marty Scroll?
He corrected himself, but still wrong. But
Yeah.
Scroll?
I had his nickname right. It was the villain.
He used to come out with the beak mask.
Yeah, the big
Yeah, he
man.
was a
He was
great
in Bullet
heel.
Club.
And then he got in some trouble with some younger ladies, and then he got
Yep. Just come out with the
blackballed.
umbrella.
I guess I
penguin.
didn't hear about that.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
hear about that.
He was
Yeah,
really
he
good.
disappeared.
I thought, but
Didn't he carry a cane to the ring?
Yes.
umbrella.
Okay.
Umbrella, yeah.
He was like
He
a
was like
penguin. He was kind of like a
Penguin, exactly. I was thinking penguin with the mask and the cane. Yeah. Okay. He says Reese Buckner says Roman last wrestled on SmackDown 12/23/23, beat Seth. He googled it.
Jeez, that
Okay.
Okay.
6 months.
I thought it was more recent than that, but no, this is 23.
No, that's 23,
Oh,
man.
23. Oh my,
That's almost 2 years ago.
my God.
No, wait a minute. Didn't he lose the belt last year at WrestleMania?
April.
I thought he was
Yeah,
on
at
the,
WrestleMania. When's the last time he was on TV?
I thought he was
No,
on.
Not on no PLE or pay-per-view.
I thought he
When's
was on the
last time he was
debut
on
of
Raw
Raw
and
for SmackDown. I mean, for
Yeah,
Netflix.
He
Wasn't
didn't
he on
wrestle
the
that
debut?
night. He didn't wrestle
Okay.
that night.
Yeah.
He made an appearance. That's
That's
what
right.
he's good. That's what he's good at doing. He's making appearances, but he's not carrying no matches. He's
He's
not
got
doing no
that Brock
matches on
Lesnar
TV.
contract.
Roman versus Solo. First, I thought he wrestled Solo.
Was
First
it?
Netflix Raw. Yeah.
I
think
thought
it's
that was
right.
on a pay-per-view. Okay.
That was from the Udo Fala.
Yeah. Ulafala, yeah.
That's
I
right.
thought it was more recent than that.
Okay.
Sorry, Reese.
Either way, it's probably one in the last
He's
18
become
months, 24 months.
he's become Brock Lesnar.
Mhm. So why keep putting $15 million a year for a guy that makes 15 appearances?
Yeah.
Man, I want $1 million appearance.
Well, they might think they get their money back with his appearances and the merchandise sales.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, say what you will about Roman Reigns, he draws a crowd.
He does.
He does. Yeah.
Hey,
John Cena.
John Cena calls him the new GOAT.
Yeah. Yeah, he did say that, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it was more of a steam pump.
Doctor's plague mask. Okay.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
Chris would know. Chris would know. It's
I don't think he would
you
want
need
to be on my
big old
grass.
books.
Dr. Plague Mask.
Yep. Yeah,
That,
Gianni,
somebody was selling those masks too.
Yep. Now
Yeah,
they're all over. They're all over
Gianni-
Temu and all that.
I think I saw him on Temu.
Gianni, you're outgunned here. Chris has those big old books. You got a
Big old books.
You got a big one.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it's and I actually like Cody's title, but I don't think he draws the money like Roman does. I just don't think he does.
Cody was
No.
good for a change, to have him as the champion for a change.
But it wore off pretty quick, did it?
Yeah, as it went down, it started getting.
Yeah.
AEW needs a Goldberg. They need a Goldberg.
Yeah,
They need to quit recycling WWE's products
Mm-hmm.
and talent. They need a Goldberg.
Yeah.
create their own.
They had that chance with
Wardlow.
Wardlow. That was their shot right there. My opinion.
Yep.
And they blew it.
And now he's doing TV things. That's why he's not back yet.
They have
So ain't bother asking.
Powerhouse Hobbs. He's another one. I think they could have developed him into a big monster face or heel. They helped develop him. They didn't.
I
Got him
would like.
relegated in the tag team division or 6-man division.
I would like to see Hobbs do single matches, but make him the beast he was meant to be.
Right. Him and Wardlow Those two, man.
Yeah.
No, I mean they too used to the Young Bucks and
Kenny Omega.
Adam Cole and
My theory on this right here is that I don't think Tony Khan wants to look up at the guys. He wants to look at face to face. You can't hug them way up here. You got to hug them right here.
In my opinion, I could see Hobbs as a world champion. I could see Wardlow as a world champion.
They could have took Big Will or what's his name, Cassidy or Big Cass.
Yep.
They could have did something with him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a monster, man. That dude's 7 foot tall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they also have Karrion Kross that they're really not doing a whole lot with.
Well, that's in WWE.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I could see him going over to AEW and carrying that company.
I see.
It's possible.
They're saying in 2 weeks his contract runs out.
Yeah, his contract's running out. You know, his character in TNA, Killer Kross, great character, man. Yep. I still don't get to this day why he left.
Well, Vince killed his character when he came over and put that S&M outfit on him.
Yeah,
that was the stupidest.
Yeah,
well, they did that to Ron Simmons too. Remember they put that?
Yes, the Iron Helmet,
the stupid ass gladiator suit on, and that garbage.
The only person that made sense to was Vince. Such as garbage.
Vince always played into an audience of one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
He always has.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Red Rooster
he's been doing it since 1982.
Mm-hmm. The Red Rooster was just for his own enjoyment at the expense of Terry Taylor.
It was a rib, right? It was a rib on Terry Taylor. It was a spit in the face of the NWA.
Yep.
That's what it was. Because remember when Terry Taylor came over, he had been national heavyweight champion, NWA national champion.
Yeah. And
he came over. He had that feud with Buddy Landell. Great feud.
Yep.
They traded the title.
Mark, are you not entertained? I need that. Are you not entertained?
Speaking of belts, when are we getting our list, Mark?
Yeah, man. We've been waiting.
All four of us are waiting on that list.
Hey, silence is golden, ain't it?
I think by the time we get that list, CM Punk's going to go to TNA.
We're right. We're back to TNA.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I'm hoping that Karrion Kross gets a push soon because there's rumors his contract's about to expire and they haven't approached him about a new contract.
Here's the scenario. Put him with Aleister Black and maybe one or two other guys and make the Dark Stable. Bring Buddy Murphy up. Bring Brody King up, and there you go.
No. They already tried that. Look
yes, he did platinum. He did platinum. He sure did.
I don't think so.
Buddy Murphy just re-upped with AEW anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they should do that with him because then people are going, they copied the same thing that they had over at AEW.
True.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Give him a fresh start. Give him something fresh.
Yeah, he's just sitting back. Writing it out.
Do you have sources on that, Gianni? What's your sources?
Come on, Andy, hit the music.
I'm looking for it.
Extension 2.0. I believe in Martello.
Oh my.
China in the women's division. Yeah.
Megan Bain.
I think Ripley is. I think Rhea Ripley is the closest we have to China.
Yes. And
I actually like. We were talking about it before the show. I like Megan Bain in AEW.
Megan Bain is good.
Did you see how fast Mariah May ran from AEW?
Mm-hmm.
When she championed at the beginning of this year?
Yeah.
Yes, she sure was.
And I heard AEW offered her $1 million.
Man, she put those track shoes on. She put those track shoes on and burn rubber out of that company.
I thought she was going to go to Evolve, but they brought her right to the NXT. They swerved everybody.
You like that. You know you did, Gianni. He liked that a lot.
I
don't know if we'll be able to get to Money in Bank. That's this weekend, right?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know if we'll be able to get to that tonight because we're going to
There's
have
two events on that day. The AAA is going to be on the YouTube, WWE's YouTube page.
Well, who do you think's going to win the Money Bank this year?
Naomi.
We'll do this real quick.
Naomi for the women's. The men, I'm going to go LA Knight.
LA Knight? Yeah, that's a good wild card.
Okay.
That's my wild card. I thought you did.
I think Jacob Fatu is going to take it. Isn't he in it?
I like to see him win
Yeah,
it.
he'd be my pick.
I like to see Braun Breaker win it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
sure.
But
guessing-
isn't he a contender for a championship? He doesn't really need it, does he?
Yeah, I'm guessing LA Knight will take the men's Money in the Bank. That's my guess.
He would be my wild card. I don't have a favorite, but he would be a wild card. What's the hawk, 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 hawk chant by the crowd in the women's division? I'm not familiar with that.
I don't know.
Sorry, Nor, can't comment on that. Don't know enough about it. That Grande Americano.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. If you notice, he kept his boots on, Chad Gable boots, with the little tassels coming down. Somebody took a picture of his boot while he was in the ring.
Another one I like, Stephanie Bakur.
Oh, yeah, she's nice. She is nice.
I need a moment.
Money in the Bank. Seth
I'm
Rollins.
sorry. Jada Parker.
Okay. Seth Rollins had it before, didn't he? When he won the first
Yes.
one?
Yes. He cashed in on Roman.
Yeah, I'm looking at the card right now, and they have listed as the main event Lyra versus Becky. That better not be the last.
Oh, I hope not.
I hope not.
Please don't let that be the last match.
They've been putting their main events earlier in the evening here lately.
Yes, she does. Whoop, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Chelsea Green, that's a good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She could win Money in the Bank.
I'd
But I
like
still
to
think
give
she'll
her.
win the U.S. title back. She'll win the U.S.
I'd
title
like to give her a green card.
I bet you would.
I don't think Becky's going to join her husband.
Nah.
Nah. I heard rumors she's pregnant again. Or am I thinking somebody else?
Becky?
Yeah, maybe
No,
I'm thinking
No,
somebody else.
Sarah Logan.
I knew that. Yeah, I knew she's
Yeah.
pregnant.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not Becky. It's Carmella. She's
Oh,
pregnant.
yeah, Carmella is pregnant
That's
again.
who
She
it was,
announced
yeah.
it. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
pregnant again?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Guess that's why she got fired.
Yeah, probably so.
Yes, definitely.
I think of Ethan Thompson when I hear that.
Oh, really?
That's his favorite thing to say.
Yeah, that's like his
That's his
What's up,
catchphrase.
Chris?
No, Richard, they're Chelsea Green's boots. I'm not sure.
I'll
what he's
take them then.
wearing. Bill Chris
What's up,
Stratton.
Chris Stratton?
What's up, Chris? What's going
Chris
on,
Stratton.
brother?
It's beer 30 where he's at.
It's Coolers 9.
Bailey's been sunning herself on the beach. Have you seen those pictures?
Oh, yeah.
She was on the
They
boat.
did their own Naked and Afraid, but they weren't naked.
They weren't afraid either.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, if you'll tune in about 7 minutes, we're going to have Kevin Davenport with DDK podcast on. Talk about his interview on Saturday night.
Hey, Rowan.
Hey, Rowan, how's it going?
Well, Rowan, hello.
Hey,
Thanks for
Rowan,
watching.
what's up?
What's
Appreciate
going
that,
on,
Rowan.
buddy?
Thanks for watching. It's always beer 30. Yeah. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Nor says, hi, Rowan, from all the way over in Malaysia. We are truly spanning the globe tonight. We got the
Worldwide.
Bonkers from the UK, Nor from Venezuela, or not Venezuela, Venezuela,
Venezuela.
Malaysia.
Gianni, they said you got to sleep in the bathtub this year.
Mm-hmm.
We already know that, Gianni. You already told us earlier.
Andy?
He's marking it on the wall.
Hang on, I almost got
7 weeks.
You make sure to put a line through it.
Come on,
Yeah,
Andy.
it's live
Flip it,
video.
man.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm sorry, Ben. Hang on.
Oh man, you're off your game tonight, Andy.
I know.
One of these years, I'll get up there.
Well, see, I got a new
I got
phone.
family
But like
on that
certain
way.
songs made it, and certain songs didn't for some reason. And,
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. I got you.
you
Mm-hmm.
know.
They didn't make the list.
He's making me mad.
I haven't played that one in a while. Before we get to Kevin, I got one more thing we'll talk about. If you guys kept up with Ric Flair lately, he's been taking some shots at Jim Ross, who, by the way, just had cancer surgery. Successful cancer surgery, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
And but he's been taking some shots, I guess, because of what Jim Ross said about him on the Dark Side of the Ring episode about the plane ride from hell.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first tweet that I know came out. He says Jim Ross will always be Jim Ross, seeking. This was actually after his cancer tweet. He tweeted about his cancer. Always seeking attention. Focus on your recovery, Jim. He then followed that up with this tweet. If you can't take a joke from a 76-year-old man, then you are living life too seriously. It was all harmless, lighthearted fun, just trying to make people laugh and smile. Well, I don't think that's something to laugh and joke about when somebody's tweeting about having a cancer diagnosis. And then this is the last tweet that I was aware of. It says, I try to be nice to everybody. God only knows I've spent more money on spilt liquor in 1 year. He's promoting his tweet than people have in a lifetime. I tried being nice, and this is my last message to everyone. I've got more money than I've got time. Go F yourself, haters. No comment needed. Live with it. Actually learn to love it. Get back to me again when you make $3 million a year at the age of 76. That's what famous, all caps, gets. And by the way, I don't recognize anyone in this conversation who is famous. Another shot, I guess, at Jim Ross.
Jesus.
So I hate to see that because I like Flair. I got to say that's got to be part the Ric Flair drip, the weed he's promoting, and probably his age.
You know what makes so bad? We were all pulling and praying for Rick when he was on his deathbed a few years ago, and then for him to turn around and say some shit like that, excuse my language, that's kind of a spit back in the face to everybody that was trying to pull for him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? How you gonna be like that? That's garbage, man.
Cool, Gianni.
But I mean, it's bad. We starting to see all these guys that we looked up to when we grew up watching turning out to be some trash ass individuals, man.
Gianni, we want to specify which Megan you're talking about.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just had to clarify.
Yeah.
See, here's my thoughts on Ric Flair. He reminds me of Keith Richards. They're never gonna die unless they stop drinking.
Here we go.
That's a reference to the 7-week countdown. So
keep it on cue.
Okay,
yeah.
I got it.
But yeah, Hogan, Flair is hurting his legacy. He's been hurting it for quite a while.
It's like he's a crazy old. It's like he's a crazy old man. Just
the brush with death has not changed him.
No,
It got him to quit drinking for a little bit, but it got him to quit drinking for a little bit.
He tried to play humble for a little bit, and then went back to his ways.
Yeah, he's got the old body, but he's got the youngster inside of him. You know what I mean? He can't.
He will never grow up, unfortunately.
Yes.
And I say that with love, Rick. If you're watching this, I'm watching this, but
that fire is going to burn out eventually, man.
Yeah. Sorry, Richard. He's talking about his Megan, not your Megan. So thank you for clarifying that.
the wife.
Yeah, I knew that, but I want to make sure the viewers knew which one he's talking about.
Okay, that's cool.
But Kevin's backstage. We don't have a wet bar. Sorry.
We just gave you a 6-pack. That's all we can afford.
We got Perrier water backstage and grapes.
Fresh from the tap.
Yeah. And the grapes are in it. You have to take the bag and dip it in water to get them.
Just remember, you got to pinch the hose after you drink out of it so it doesn't squirt you.
Yeah.
Always pinch the hose.
That's a good point, Antonio. You know, he did lose a son, and they could take shots at that. So
yep.
I see. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that's really sad to see Flair do that. I mean, he was such an icon back in the 80s, early 90s, but he's badly damaged his legacy, and I hate to see that. But hopefully there'll be an apology. I doubt it, but hopefully there'll be one coming. So that brings to a close hour number one. It went by fast, guys.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
So we're going to come back on the other side of this, and we're going to have Kevin on from Double Dropkick Podcast, and you are watching Spanning the Globe on the Podcast Mafia Network. Welcome back to Spanning the Globe, which is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Belt Leathering, by Ashley Southern Designs, and Unique Championship Belts. And joining us tonight in just a moment from the Double Dropkick Podcast is Kevin Davenport. He's on every Saturday night, and we're about to talk to him about his last show, which has drawn some controversy, a little bit of fire. And he wanted to come on and talk a little bit about that. And he will also cover some of this on his show Saturday night. But welcome to the stage, Mr. Kevin Davenport. Good evening, sir.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Glad to be here, man. I don't think I've ever had an interview. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had an interview with you guys, so it's kind of cool to be on this end.
You've interviewed me. I've never interviewed you before. Welcome.
Yeah, I've had all you guys on. I think.
First question: what type of toilet paper do you use, and do you fold it from the back or the front?
It has pictures of Andy when he was in Bible times on it, and I'm an over guy.
Yeah, it does fly, doesn't it, Nor? Yeah, that's right. So, Kevin, you had a show Saturday night. You had one every Saturday night, and
yeah, we had a show, all right.
And yeah, I didn't see it live, but I heard there was quite a bit of a firestorm as involved in that. And you kind of had to take the show down, edit out some of the hateful comments, and there were some questions that were brought up. And I thought maybe you would like to address some of those because there's some people who, for some reason or another, just aren't understanding the concept here behind some of the details of this deal. Would you like to elaborate on that a little bit more?
Oh, I thought we were here to interview about my channel, but I didn't know we were in here to interview about my last interview. Jeez. Yeah, we had Greg Groovy G and Colin on from C4 Authentic Belts. Hey, everybody. Announcing the Reggie Parks Legacy Collection, something that they started over a year ago at Starcast Down Under. Some folks couldn't find that and look that up on the channel, but it's clearly there, and we'll certainly go over that on Saturday night. Yeah, the episode ran long, and the reason it was pulled down, and I explained this on Dan's post about it, that it was up when he was watching it. Yeah, no, I don't. But that show, we had to get a lot off, and we talked at the end of the show. When we cut that out, we talked about a lot of the toxicity of the what's wrong with people in this hobby. What's wrong with people in hobby in general? What's wrong with people that have nothing to do but hate? But it was taken down and edited because in the middle of it, I stopped it, and on a program, excuse me. On a program that I use on OBS, it's supposed to flag red the comments that you see on the right-hand side, and I never turned it on. I never got it working right. What's up, Big E, my partner, my co-host? And it didn't flag anything. So all those comments were being seen by people in the comment, and they were some of the most disgusting, vile, foul language filled comments I have ever seen in my life directed toward people. And I'm not having that when I invite a guest on. Like, if you invite your guest on here, you would never let people start saying, F you, Kevin, F you this, and F just sort of, you don't let people be treated like that when they're guests on the show. And some people can't understand that concept on an interview or on a podcast. Whether you like what's being said or not, discuss it as an adult, discuss it with proper language, and find out info.
Right.
So I had to stop the interview in the middle of them, and I went on what I don't preach about foul language, and then I went off, for a good 2 or 3 minutes on people, and then I just let people have it. One person didn't deserve it, and I apologized to him because I read the comment wrong. But all 7 or 8 of the others who think they're hiding, but and 2 of them were hiding with VPNs, but your VPNs aren't very good, so I know exactly each and every one of who these people are, no matter what they were using. It's not hard to find. There's plenty of software out there. Yeah, there's plenty of software out there. When you comment on something that comes into my feed, yeah, it can easily be found out. But anyway, I took it down, and people were like, why did it take you 2 days, 3 days? My health, man. I'm not up all the time. So Um, I need a nausea pill. So my what was I saying? It took so long because of my health. It was a 3 hour and 30 minute show because afterwards we invited on Carmine Sabia, who was one that was wanting to ask questions and go over some stuff. So we invited him on afterwards, and we talked things out and got things straight there. So no issues with that. But I added the middle out, and I edited all the ending out where Ethan wanted to vent and everybody else wanted to vent, and certain people comments I took out so that they weren't even in the comment section. Rebranded all that, redid all that, but nothing off of the video was taking. But it took me a couple days to do that because it's 3 hours 30 minutes, and when you're doing over 1,000 comments and having to go through them and edit them and all the edits that you have to do, over 162 edits, it takes a while to make sure that, then uploading it, then make sure nothing gets flagged by YouTube or or any audio or anything like that. So it got back up. What was it, a couple of days ago, or a day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that.
Yeah.
So we put it back up, but I didn't want that to stay in there because people that are watching and are subs across the world, they don't know these 5 or 6 people that are interrupting, and they don't know drama in the hobby. So I'm not going to keep that on there. We run a professional channel, and we don't want that on there. We don't want the negativity in there, and I'm certainly not going to give them any access to my channel to be able to spread that. If you want to have a civil discussion, then that's fine. If you didn't like whether they're saying what they're saying is legal or not legal, that's fine. I'm conducting an interview, and you make your choices from that. It doesn't mean that I'm agreeing with it, believe with it, or in step with it. Just like when somebody goes into and interviews Charles Manson, they're not co-signing everything that he did or believing everything they did. They're just interviewing them on what they're doing. We're a hobby show. We interview people all across the platform. But I just edited out all that that hate and negativity that they were doing because people today, excuse me, let me put this in my mouth. People today seem to can't talk civil anymore.
Right.
And it seems the other thing that the only other thing was people wanted their questions right there, then and ask. Got to be within the first 15 seconds of them on. And maybe you know who Colin are and who C4 is, but some people that may watch the show may not know who they are and wanted to know how all this started. And, there was a few that attacked that we did a video montage to announce it, which was just comical to me. I laugh at that. But the thing that I found the most funny is the people that were going at these people, and it wasn't so much at the show; it was at my guest. It's funny when you have people that will go after your guests. It'll be people that are enemies of each other themselves that'll band together just to go at something, but then they'll go and be enemies about something else. It's just really funny how hobbies work and things that and the other. But we brought them on. They announced that they were releasing, and I sent you the picture if you wanted to show it, Mark. It's in your chat me to you.
I got
the belt, the NWA United States Heavyweight title. They're releasing that belt. They made 5 of them. They said that Reggie gave them legal permission to make it. Greg, Reggie gave him the art, gave him the blessing, gave him the tools that he had. They said that the plates are made in the United States, and that the leather is sourced from Reggie's where Reggie got his leather from originally. And then it was all shipped to Australia and then assembled there. And if you can read between the lines of why that was probably done, I did immediately when they said that. Maybe I should hint to why, but Australia doesn't have to follow any copyright or LLCs or anything like that. But whether you want to believe they have the right to make it or not, that's fine. Just do it in a civil way. But that's what I cut out of the interview. But it was a fun interview. It was great seeing what they were doing. We talked a little bit about what they debuted over a year ago on some of the items that they were gifted. I think there was a challenge out there issued that if anybody could find that stuff, we'll show it Saturday.
Okay.
and go over that. But that was about the interview and the gist of it. And I think there was a whole lot of people that were angry that they're making this belt. That is actually Reggie's art. I mean, you can look at it and tell it's Reggie's art. But there was some belt makers that were very upset, and there was also some other people that I would actually call gatekeepers that says that you can't do anything else unless it's this way or this way or this way. But my opinion on all of this is if the belt makers years and years and years ago would have actually filled their orders, a lot of this stuff wouldn't be done today, would it? Would we have a whole lot of boots if people could get their boots from people here? But anyway, people were just very upset and seemed to be very upset that they were making this belt. Not so much at us. And the show, they were mad at the show that it was taken down and not putting up because they said, why was it taken down? I just wanted to edit out me going off on people that were saying absolutely disgusting and vile things in the comments.
Which is understandable.
It's common courtesy. It's not hard to watch the show, make your criticisms, all that stuff after the fact. If you attack, you're not getting the information you're supposed to be getting.
Yeah, and people were getting upset that I wouldn't. Why aren't you asking the questions that we're asking? When you're doing an interview on here, or you're doing any interview, you got your questions to go through first, and you're interviewing, and then you're letting your talk. And when you're getting, when there's 100 and some people in a chat, 300 people in the chat, or however many's in there, and there's questions right after another, you can't intercept. You can't intersect and interrupt the guys doing all those questions. So at the beginning of the show, I was like, hey, can you guys just hold all your questions and we'll get to your questions all at the end. And all those questions at the end, people asked and answered those questions. And they answered the questions when I asked them about the LLCs, their copyrights. Do you have the legal right to have that? Their answers are their answers. And at the end, I said, this seems like it's just a high-end boot. With the correct art, using Reggie's art and the leather from Reggie's Tanners, whatever, and people can go from that. But I just, to me personally, on my opinion, it just seems like a lot of outrage over that. But it's just where's this outrage when it's done every day in other countries and other people and other? I just don't understand it. And
my thing on this is, the belt is what it is. You call it a boot, you can call it a replica, you call it whatever you want to, but in the end, it is a zinc plate on a leather strap. The legalities are for somebody else to worry about. And I got a kick out of, I've been seeing some posts where we have some professional attorneys out there with practicing law without a license, giving opinions on the legalities of this, making a lot of judgments on it, which, they're not even involved in this.
Yeah, because I think people also, and I'm not trying to open up a big old basket here, people don't understand the difference between copyright and LLC. And LLC is done to protect the business, the people in the business, and each individual person. A copyright protects actual artwork, songs, paintings, things like that. The most important thing, whoever owns the actual copyright, is more important than that actual LLC. And LLC is more as a protection of individuals in a business. And whether you attach that copyright to that LLC is a different thing too. But there's one LLC, two LLCs, three LLCs, things that and the other. But that was it. He answered the questions. You have to make the decisions on what he said is your opinion. That's all right. And I have no problems. Like we brought, we don't know. Have you seen the LLC? I haven't seen the LLC.
I haven't either.
So I don't know how they structured their LLC, but LLCs is very different from a copyright. An LLC is something that is done to protect actual business owners. I own LLCs from our businesses, and I own copyrights from my businesses, and some are completely different. Some come attached with the LLC, so I don't know. I've not seen it, and that wasn't my care. They stated what they stated, and it was up for people to make their decisions. But it's when I interviewed Classic Shields, I didn't see all these people saying the same upset. Why are you using, why are you doing Reggie's art? You don't hit, I don't know what that's about, but go talk to go talk to Greg and asked him, and they gave their answers, and they said that the plates were made in the United States, and they were getting them all over there, and there's a reason why they do that. Okay, well then, do you brother, have you seen this LLC? I haven't. But anyway, LLCs are very different from copyrights. They're two completely different things. But I don't know who owns the copyrights for Reggie's art, and I don't know how their LLC was ever structured. I asked them plainly, do you have the LLCs for this or the copyrights for this? They said no, or Greg said no. He said that Reggie gave him the art and gave him the blessing, and this was in the works over the year. Now, whether you believe them or not, then that's fine. Then go question them and go buy them. Carmine said said that you were interested in buying one. Then go buy one, and I think you'll get your answers there. I just provided the interview and asked the questions, and it's for people to do that. But I've had other belt makers on the show, and a lot of these people didn't ask these same questions or seem to be upset at some of the stuff that they produce, whether it's legal or not legal.
Your part in this, you were just providing the platform for them to make this announcement and give the details. So you're not actually involved in the process, the legal or the business part of it, correct?
What's that?
You just provided the platform for them to make their announcement regarding this project.
Yeah, I was just the place that they announced it. They asked if they could come on the show, and this is where they wanted to debut it. And I was excited for it, and this is where they came on and did it. But we just provided that space to do it.
And I've heard this term thrown out there, and I'm not sure I quite understand it. But can you for some of the viewers out there that may not know the difference between a kayfabe belt and a bootleg belt? Because there's some argument regarding that.
A bootleg is you're making it, and it's not your art. You don't know anything about it. It's fake. It's not genuine. It's made to look like the real thing. A kayfabe belt is a maker making you something fake, and they don't have the rights to make under the table, and it's just between you and them, and they never talk about it, show it, and you never talk about it and show it, and they never stamp it or put in any of their I get it, Carmine. And a kayfabe belt, you're never supposed to put any stamp on it or anything like that. There's some makers out there that do the opposite of that. But yeah, kayfabe belt is made underneath the belt. It's only known between the two people that are making it. It's done underneath the table, and it's only between them two. And you're really never supposed to sell it. You're supposed to keep it a secret. If you do sell it, you're just supposed to say, I don't know who the maker is, but there should be no stamps on it, and this, that, and the other. That's what a kayfabe belt is. A boot is somebody making a belt, and everybody knows that they're making it and selling it, and they don't have the rights or legal. Everything from Pakistan. they're all boots.
It's
like that.
Buying a knockoff Rolex watch from a guy that's selling it in a booth at a craft fair, as opposed to somebody selling it out of the trunk of their car.
Right. And people don't understand too. It's not illegal to buy or own counterfeit materials. It's the process of making them and doing them. You can own counterfeit materials and buy them. That's not what's illegal. It's illegal to mass produce it. And if you've ever done or ever seen work down in certain parts of New York that have stores that you go right into, and there's masses and masses of them, and once in a while they'll bust it, and they wait for it to get big enough to where it's causing a problem before they bust it, and then they break it down. And then every once in a while, stuff coming in from the ports. If you've ever been to a port and been to a custom port and watched customs, what they do, there is billions and billions of goods coming in for a couple hundred people to try to check stuff, and it just doesn't happen. And certain months of the day, they're like, okay, we're going to bust and try to slow down some of the fake relics that's coming in, or the fake pocketbooks coming in, or the fake wallets coming in. But it's so hard to do but it's something that they kind of switch and go from to whether they stop it from coming in or going from coming in. And that's it with the counterfeit stuff, and that's why you see a lot of people will always go into New York when they want their counterfeit material. Why isn't this ever busted? Well, it's not that big of an issue or a problem until the actual company wants, hey, we're getting too many of them out there, go in and bust it. I think Ben knows about this in his area. It's big in Denver, and also people don't understand. Like people don't understand why WWE doesn't go after and stop these boots. Do you know how much it cost a lawyer just to do a couple hours of work on a case like that? Yeah, it just doesn't get worth it. So what WWE is smartly doing is we're going to start making belts that are a lot harder to boot and a lot harder to make. And that's how you kind of kill or curb some of the boots that are coming from it. Whether you like boots or not, that's fine. It's your opinion. And I respect everybody's opinion. And I respect anybody's opinion. Like Carmine doesn't like what they're doing. I respect that. Absolutely. That's fine. You're not going to buy it. But just all I was saying to the people in the comments is be respectful about it. Let's talk about it on there you go. Because you know, Carmine, how much money it would have taken to do that is not worth it in the long run for one. He would have gone after you, Carmine, if you had a big old industry in there and you were putting out 10,000 of whatever it was a month. That's where it makes it worth to go after. But to also go after things overseas, you have to have the cooperation of that government. The United States doesn't have a right to walk onto somebody's soil and take somebody or to prosecute somebody. You just don't have that right. And everybody thinks the United States laws and copyrights are recognized around the world. They're just not. But all I was saying was, hey, please don't be mad at the show for interviewing these guys, which 99.9% people weren't. They were just unhappy with their answers. That's fine. Just do it nice and respectful. I don't want hateful things to guests that I bring on, and I don't think anybody does on any of their shows. You know, we've had American makers on, we've had Pakistan makers on, we've had figure makers on. We've had other podcasts on. We've discussed different topics on. We have discussed many different things from people that take pictures of figures. We've had leather guys on. We've had collectors in the hobby, which was funny. Somebody today had replied to just a simple post that I had put out when I re-released everything, and I had said that, and they were like, "What is an influencer? And what is the influencer influence?" And they were just trying to be snarky and comment. If you don't know what a social Instagram influencer is, or a Twitter influencer is, or this, that, and the other, then I really can't help you. And this is a day and age where you need to get off of that, or maybe Google it. That'll help you. But we've interviewed those type of guys from the Belt Gambino to King Coley to Wide World Express. Those guys are influencers and have a big following, and we like to talk to them. And as you guys know on here, we've invited you on some of those shows. $375 for a shirt is absolutely ridiculous. And I would never, I don't care if I was a billionaire. I'm not spending that on a shirt. I just think it's ridiculous. But we invite everybody on the show. We like to talk to everybody from the show. You guys do a lot of wrestling, and yeah, you have. But it's funny that there's some people out there that asked what an influencer was. But you guys do a lot more wrestling than we do. You guys cover wrestling. We very rarely talk about wrestling. We talk about wrestling the old days, or we talk about the pay-per-views. Well, they're not pay-per-views anymore. They're, what are they called?
The PLEs.
Premium
live events.
Okay, the live events. And we talk about the big ones every now and then, but we stick to belts and people that are in the belts, collectors in the belts, leather guys in the belts, all kinds of stuff that way. And then we dive into topics, and we've done that. We talked into one with, is the belt hobby dead? What is the meanings of all the what are the meanings that you hear in the hobby, like hybrid etching, SD, HD, acid etched, CNC, what it all means. So we've had all types of those shows, and we'll continue to do that. We'll interview people, but if I'd like to hear what you guys each think of the announcement, what them says. Sorry, I just spilled on my microphone.
They get them from Tandy Leather, by the way.
I'm trying to concentrate. It's hard to. Now I see why it's hard for people when you're interviewing them to try to keep up with the comments and read and hear. And I just spit out half of my stuff from my nausea medicine all over my mic. But we have all a variety. But I want to people to understand. They were like, "Well, are you guys saying that we don't endorse any the people that we endorse or promote are promoters or sponsors and promotions. That's who we do. Just because we have CS on there doesn't mean that we're sponsored of them or telling you to buy their belts or whoever to re-leather or whatever to blah blah blah. The things that we do have brought in, like some podcasts that we've brought on, we said, watch Talking Wrestling with Pondwater and Dave. We brought them on and interviewed them, and it's funny. Our channel even gets messages. Why would you interview another podcast? Why would you have another podcast on? I'm like, why not? I enjoyed it. You do know that you can watch one more show in your life. There's other shows to watch. And if you don't catch one live, catch the other one later. Like most of our views come from later because we have one crazy rabid scene from people in UK and Scotland who these guys are just crazy about wrestling. Watch them all. Yeah, we've got more podcasts that we're going to interview. Correct. There's more people that we're going to interview and podcasts that we're going to be on, and we like talking about them. We like hearing what they talk about, what they do. There's Bells and Bells. There's Talking Wrestling. There's Spanning the Globe. There's DDK. There's what's it called now?
Mark Out Moments.
No, the one that in the comments.
I missed it. I was trying to get a picture pulled up here.
The BAM. If you want to watch, their shows or anything to do with Flair, Conrad Thompson, watch all of them after half your time. I love, and I know Mark, you getting it, and the people that have done podcasts, you love getting the messages. People says, "Man, I was getting through work today, and I put them in my ears, and I put it on at work, and I watch it." I absolutely love that, man. That is just spectacular.
Yeah, a good one, Platinum.
Well, Mendoza, the elephant is in the room is everybody finally learned that you are not the maker of these belts.
What? He's not the leather guy?
He's not? What?
And that's the other thing that you had asked me to talk about is that somebody made a post that we were taking shots at rumors. Nobody's names were ever mentioned in anything.
No.
When we initially came on, me and Ethan, for 5 seconds, I said, "Ethan, hey, go watch it." That's the other thing too. Is a lot of people comment about something and then never watched it. But I told Ethan, I said, "Man, how you doing, Ethan?" He says, "Man, the last 3 days have been a whirlwind with rumors." I was like, "Yeah, it's crazy. I've heard that Donald Trump's making these belts and Elon Musk is producing them on Mars." And then Colin and Groovy came on and they go, "Yeah, we've been seeing the rumors. It's kind of crazy." And Colin said the rumors are so hot here in Australia that it cut down our internet. Nobody mentioned anything and whatever, but I did see the one that Mendoza was doing the leather, and I laughed, and me and Mendoza had a good one. And Mendoza, and that can be, and I want people to say, curb your stuff when you're mentioning people. That can hurt Mendoza's business.
Yes,
because people can say, "I'm not going to use you. I heard what you were involved in this." You could get him in some legal ramifications. You can hurt somebody's business by naming them that way. Don't do that. It's just not good. Yeah, they are, Chris. But we just provided an interview, and a lot of people seem to be very upset in it, and that's your right to it. But just if we interview somebody next time, please just don't use vulgarity. We'll get to all your questions at the end, and we did. Carmine was one that was asking the questions, and I said, just hold off at the end, and we'll get to them. He did, and then we got to all his at the end that we didn't cover. But we asked him about the LLC. We asked him about the if they had the legal rights and whatever. And Greg's answer was that Reggie provided him the art. He has known Reggie for a very long time. Reggie also gave him wrestling gear. So whether you want to believe that or not, it's your opinion. Whether you want to believe Mark is a real WWF referee, that's your opinion.
I don't
They
know
take
if
the
this,
damn money.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know
look-
if this is true, but I heard that Mendoza is going to make the elephant saddle.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Is that
but
true?
but later when me and Andy go wrestling, I want Mark to be there to do the 1, 2, 3 pin. But we love our show, we love our viewers, and that's what it was about. And I, when you wanted to bring me on here to explain that and talk about that, but you can believe it or not, you can order it or not. But there's only 5 of them, so I mean, I don't. But there's a reason again that the plates are made in the United States, and they went to the same leather place or tannery or tandy or however you want to say it. The provider of the same leather. Colin was able to track that down, and they get the same place who was providing leathers, Reggie. So that was all sent over there, and then they put it on leather, they tooled it and put the plates on it, and then they're mailing them out. And there's a reason that was probably done. And right when they said that, I kind of knew. That's when we went into the LLCs and the copyright stuff. And so take it what you want. It's just my opinion, and this is not meant to be a downgrade to them. It seems like it's a high-end, very high-end boot with accurate art. So
That's fair enough. I mean, maybe that should have been explained it that way the first time around, and more people would have been more accepting to it. But I think it was all kind of wording. Some people got offended or they got upset on how everything was worded.
yeah, I think they're upset with Greg saying that they have the legal right to do this and blah 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 blah. Well,
What's up, James?
Yeah.
Kevin, actually, R-Truth gave little Jimmy permission to make the legacy belt.
Yeah.
but Ben, go on, because I want to hear you guys' opinion of the interview and what you guys thought.
Yeah, I mean, I listened and watched the whole interview, and I even saw I saw the explosion of the comments. Could have been handled better, a little bit better, as far as how people responded to it. But again, I can see where some of the translation of how they were explaining the whole process and situation going on with the legacy, the Reggie Park legacy, and people got kind of their I want to say their perception wasn't.
Hi, Rowan. Sorry,
wasn't correct. It was a bad interpretation. Because I said it, and then I talked to a couple other people, and I was like, it's not as bad as it seems, but I think some people, there was a lot of misunderstanding.
I'm ready.
And there was a lot of confusion. So I could see it. I kind of read stuff differently than most people do, and some of us also do. And the ones that didn't, they kind of,
Exactly.
We're look what kind of hobby we're in. Anything that is come remotely close to anything that Reggie made, we've all owned as far as bootlegs. We have. That's what it is, right?
I sat on the same
dozens
chair as Reggie did one time.
I got dozens of them. So that's just how it is. Again, there was an interpretation that was lost, man. Somebody else want to go out?
I'm gonna piggyback off of Ben. What Ben said is totally correct.
I mean, Classic Shoot has said Reggie Parks, and this is Reggie Parks art, and there's all these makers have. When you go and order a belt from these makers overseas, you're using Reggie Parks' name. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like when I ordered my Wing Eagle, I said I wanted the maker's cut, the special cut that was done.
How many times have you seen them put the RP on those belts, on those Winged Eagles?
Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit.
It's a Reggie Park boot.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Yeah. And then some people that are doing the ECW belts, they're doing the JMR logo plate too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they are.
But the only difference is, whether you want to believe it or not, He said Reggie gave him several of the artwork and gave him his blessing. Now, whether that blessing is legal or right, I can give my opinion on that, but I'm not. But that's for you to decide or whatever. But that's what he's saying. And in the end, I said it to him. I said, this seems like it's a high-end boot for a high-end collector that wants to pay that amount of money because it's important to them to have that exact artwork correct on a belt. That's probably as close as you're going to get. The same thing with the C4. That the C4 is the closest thing that you're going to get to the original because it's made the same way with the original is. So that's why it's got the price tag on that. Well, the Reggie Parks Legacy included more than just the belts, and that's what was released at StarCast. It was more than just the 5 belts that they made. It was the other stuff that they released too at StarCast, and there was many other people involved in that. It was a pretty cool thing.
I was just getting ready to say that too. That right there.
Mm-hmm.
I was just getting ready to ask. I was waiting for you to finish. Is it hearsay, or is there something officially that he can show us that says that Reggie said it's okay?
Yep, you have to go to him and ask him that.
That's a question.
Isn't a verbal contract binding?
Right.
It depends on how you're producing it, but you can't go into a courtroom and get on the stand and bring hearsay. Hearsay is if I'm going on the courtroom and I said, Ben told me that he was going to shoot them. That's hearsay. Or if I'm going against Ben in a courtroom and Ben says something and me and Ben are fighting over an issue and I said, well, Ben told me this, that's hearsay. It's inadmissible. You can't bring hearsay into a courtroom and you can't bring hypotheticals into a courtroom. You have to bring facts. Now, Greg says he has that anybody that buys these has what they need to see. So again, that's your thing. I'm not supporting it any other way. I'm just interviewing it the same way when I ordered it when they did the debut of the Reggie Parks Legacy.
Right.
The other stuff that was involved at StarCast Down Under. Ben, Andy, what did you think of everything?
I enjoyed the interview. I just wish there could have been some patience from all these people to just let you explain everything and your guests explain everything instead of just immediately going after you. A little bit of patience would have gone a long way.
Well, yeah, there was a few that was upset. There was 3 comments that were upset at me that this is taking a long time. We were 15 minutes in and they were explaining how their relationship started. That's important to the story.
Uh-huh.
And if people have if people had been following the story since the beginning of our channel, they can go back and find that out. But that's important for people to know, how did these two get together? How did these two meet? And then we released the video. And then after the video, they wanted to, and this is their structure, they wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about what they were doing. And then we showed the picture of the belt. Mm-hmm. And because that was 20 minutes in, it was too fast for everybody. And then everybody wanted their questions answered immediately right then. You have the right, you have this, instead of letting the interview happen like I asked, and then we'll get to your questions on the end, because we may cover your question. But when somebody's talking, let's say if I'm talking right now, blah blah blah, and there's 4 questions for me over in the thing, and Mark can't get to those and ask me the questions that he has. He'll get to those at the end, kind of thing. If it's a situation where there's a bunch of them and there's not, 1 or 2.
And I heard you say that 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
During that whole segment. Please hold off to the end. We'll get to we'll answer your questions. I heard you say it, and I watched the whole thing because I was very interested in the subject matter and what was being talked about, was what was being presented. But just some people didn't. I guess the patience was running thin for it. And
if you wanted detailed questions, why not PM Greg himself and say, "Hey, I got a question for you after the show."
And the thing that go ahead, Mark.
You're muted, Mark.
You're muted, Mark.
What I was going to say was I didn't see the show live. I was at a movie with my wife, and by the time I got home, it had already been taken down. So I haven't seen the updated yet. But my opinion on this, them just hammering the questions, I think it was more of a gotcha thing. They're trying to ask questions away where I got you. It's more of an interrogation, not as opposed to questions.
Yeah, we got to the serious questions, and I asked him seriously, do you own the rights to this? Do you know it? Is this the LLC? And then when I got all my answers, I said at the end, I said, well, I guess I appreciate this. And for folks that are out there, I said, this seems to be a high-end boot with accurate art, and you can go get it. You can not go get it. No, I can't control I can control the comments. I can have it and edit because I don't want it even if other people seeing it, because it's just not fair. Because as I'm sitting here on the show, I can look off to the right and I can see the comments, and I'm not having my guests see all that, this, that, and the other. And it should have got flagged better, and I should have removed them. But the constant attacks, and I know they were seeing them, is what I'm talking about. I can see that these guys are seeing the attacks. I can see the comments here on the right-hand side. Every guest can, when they come in through whatever system that you're using, they can see those, whether they're put on the screen or not. And I'm just not having that said to my guests because that's not fair. And I've asked many people, it's different. And I was putting up general comments about it. And I was putting up general things about it, but I said, hold your questions at the end. Because there was many people, oh, this is a beautiful belt. Those comments were going up, but I'm not putting all the attacks and the hatefulness, the derogatory, the foul language. You act like you're in the fifth grader, it was appalling, and I'm not having that on my show, and my show's not about that, and we're not going to do that. And you're not going to come in there, because here's the difference. People came in there with the agenda. People came in there with an agenda to attack them no matter what they said, because there was all these people, and Ben and all you guys saw these posts. There was a bunch of posts. They better be giving Reggie's family or friends some of the proceeds to this money. But that question was asked, and guess what? They are. Are any of those people applauding that anymore? No. That question was answered, and everybody's dropping it and not attacking them. They're moving on to the next topic. They can't give any kind of appeasement or whatever. And our structure of the show is what we do. We do interviews. We talk to everybody all over the hobby, and that's what our show is about. And
it's Reggie Clark's. It's going to be made by Reggie Clark's.
Yeah, Reggie Clark's.
But we run a professional show that does well, and we're happy with our show. And whether 5 people watch it or 500, we like we doing, and that was it. But the only thing that you were talking about, the reason we took it down is I wanted those vile comments out of there, edited out, and this, that, and the other. Because I've said this many times. My grandchild that I won't get to see will hopefully see some of these shows and watch it, and I don't want to read and all that. Because I raised my daughter, and I've been raised. You don't engage in that kind of vulgarity, and you don't.
I'm sorry, I had to. I had to. I saw that was hilarious. Lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to watch the episode this weekend. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I've had a very busy week, and I was going to movie with my wife Saturday night, so I missed the firestorm. But I believe the attack started long. I mean, when you made the announcement, the attack started. Everybody was speculating. Everybody was going to their sources to find out this information, and it was already on the attack before the show even aired.
Yeah, it started as soon as they popped on the screen. That's when it started, for me at least.
Yeah. Everyone has bought a boot with Reggie's art or name on it. I had a maker one time. He was going to make me a belt not very long ago. He said, "Do you want the Reggie Parks etching on there?" I said, "No, I don't want Reggie. No, I don't want that." So it's a common thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think the contention here with this is they announced it's going to have Reggie's name on it. But again, I mean, that's up for interpretation.
What's up, Dave?
Dave. Oh, okay. I'm catching up with the comments. I'm sorry. I was trying to put that banner up real quick. Trying to make it lighthearted. But it sounded like it was a good show, except for some of those comments.
It was a good show.
Yeah,
It was.
I'll watch it.
I'm just not having my guest attacked with vulgarity in the comments. I'm just not having it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
You have every right. Yeah.
If you don't like the guest and you think he comes off that way, then that's fine. Everybody else says that a lot of other people that says the other thing that they like him, and that's that, and the other.
Decorum, people, decorum.
Yeah.
Carmine, I'll push back that on a little bit that you said, when you were selling your coins and when you were selling your belts, very, very, very fortunate ones will get these. These are numbered. These are select. It's the same type of thing. When you're trying to sell something, you're going to express that because there's limited numbers of them. And when there's only 5, there's only the same thing. The same thing with you with those few. How many of those belts were sold by WWE? 70. Same thing. They they're marketing them. The 70 lucky people will get these belts, or however many the fews when they're limited editions. Yeah, the lucky ones get those. Pre-orders, the lucky ones, get those. But whether you believe, and I missed mark out Dave's. What was Dave's comments again?
Right here. It's a high-end boot with suspect story, best backstory.
Yeah, and that's what I said on the show. I said it's a high-end belt with Reggie's accurate art. Whether you believe that he got that and given it to him, that's fine. But I will say, if you will go back and look at what was released and he said he can provide that. And if you will go and look at what was released down at the Reggie Parks Legacy, when Reggie Parks Legacy debuted at StarCast Down Under, their table. Mark, I'm going to send you this because, Mark, you can go ahead and show it here.
Okay. Jerry asked a good question. Have they announced who's going or what the letter will be stamped with?
They have not. They are making their stamp. It will not say Reggie Parks. They're not going to mimic. I had asked that question several times because I said I don't want to see that on there. And they said no, that was not going to be the case. So because I would have tore into them for that because no. Let me get you this picture right here.
Go for it. Comments are getting lively tonight, but they are being respectful. Appreciate that.
Yeah, if somebody doesn't they don't want to buy it, then more than welcome. They don't have to, they don't have to buy it, and that's.
Do you want to address Vinny's question, or would you rather not? That's up to you. I said put up.
Kev, the guest you had the previous. My eyes are so bad. What's that saying?
The guest you had the previous week gave the most heat. Did you and he discuss the legacy stuff the week before?
No, I didn't. I didn't discuss anything with. We had Ron Edwardson on before. I have never discussed because I didn't get the full aspects of what they were releasing and the pictures until the day before. But no, me and Ron have never until after the show. Me and Ron because I wasn't giving away the secret of what they were releasing because it was supposed to be a secret announced on that show. I had never told anybody that show. But no, me and Ron have never discussed anything about what was being released before that show.
Good one.
Right.
Good.
Okay, here's the picture right here. Let me.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Sorry, just give me 1 second. Everybody can copy it.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Copy.
This is my low-end boot, and I'm very proud of it.
That's the good thing about everything is we could have our own opinions about stuff. Everybody could have their own opinion. That's what makes it good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like Ron too. I get along with Ron. I have no issues with Ron. Yeah, Ron was being disrespectful in the comments, and we had those part of the things, and Ron can get heated, and that's it. But you can't say that Ron doesn't make a great belt. He does, and that's why we had him on the show, and we had a very good show when we had him on there. That was at StarCast Down Under when they released the Reggie Parks Legacy Collection that'll go around and show those were pieces that were given to them. Those are Reggie Rings Park gear, his mask, what he wrestled in, all his photos that he had in his personal collection. There's the original belt that they had made. There is the plate, one of the last plates that he had made there. And there were some individuals that were a part of that. But that was the table at the Starcast Down Under. That was well over a year ago. But we'll show more of that. We'll go over more of that on Saturday.
That's the original Luger US you're talking about?
That's the one that they had made already.
Okay. Nice. Very nice.
And then I guess I can remember he said 5. It was 5, right? 5 of that he said he made.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem, Vinny. But no, we had no. I had said nothing to nobody about anything. I had kept it private. They asked me to keep it private. I knew what they were doing. I didn't know which belt it was until the night before when they gave it to if it would be that one on that table, because there wasn't when that was shown on our interview at Starcast Down Under. We were showing the belt. There'll be more about that coming. So that was out of my mind or whatever. But until the night before I made that announcement video, I didn't even know all the aspects of what was coming, except that they were the 3 weeks before, when I started making the videos released on DDK, that I knew that the Reggie Parks Legacy collection was coming. That they had told me that they had Reggie Parks art and they were going to be making some of his belts. And then I saved all my questions about, do they have the legal right? Do they have this and this? They say they do. If you have contact with them, they'll tell you. It seems to be that Greg's thing is that he has permission because Reggie told him so, and Reggie gave him the art. Well, my thinking is, you kind of need to have that down on maybe a paper or this, that, and the other. But again, you can read between the lines while they're getting all the stuff that they need made here and then shipped and assembled. That's a big thing. Carmelo wants to understand this. Assembled in Australia and then shipped out of Australia. There's a reason that's being done. But again, if you like the belt and having the accurate art is important to you, and made by the tools that were Reggie's and made by the same leather that provided the leather to Reggie, then that's the way you go to get it. If you don't want it, then you don't have to. But my only thing was be kind in the comments, be professional in the comments if you disagree.
Kevin
I don't
O'Keefe,
know if anybody's okay.
If that's CNC HD, I guess that built this on the table.
Well, I don't know what that was. That was the very first one that they had done. They had already had that made. It's acid etched. From my understanding, that is number one. The one that they had that we were talking about, and that you see in the pictures. And then there's 5 more of them, I guess, or maybe 4 of them. They said that they had when that question was asked, they said they had no affiliation with NWA. They said they had no affiliation with any other person. That they would not be putting the NWA logo plate on there too, which kind of doesn't make any sense because the NWA is already on the thing. But I guess that's tied up into legalities of the copyright or LLC, whether you want to believe them or not. But they said no, they had no Dave. They said they had no affiliation with the NWA or any that any other. Again, these were all questions asked in the interview. You can ask, and then if you have further questions, Greg said his inbox is wide open.
I don't know if anybody mentioned it, Kevin, before, but the video teasers leading up to it, I thought it was brilliant the way you did the videos, because each video was different.
I appreciate that.
I agree.
And it led you to the final one, and then you kind of just got the gist of it. I wasn't zoned in on exactly what belt it would be, but I had a good idea which one it would be. But yeah, just the way it was done. I like the videos, the video vignettes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the representative. I can't answer many more questions than what I asked on the interview. I mean, some of these questions I see in the comments, I don't know, but Greg said he's wide open. I just provided the interview. I can't remember all the questions I asked, but I do know from my notes here, because in my head, I don't remember every single one. We did cover I asked all the legality questions and where you got this, how you got this, when you met, when this started, what you do, where this is sourced, where this is made. This does not come from Pakistan and China. These are not plated in there. The zinc comes from the U.S. They are etched in the U.S. All that stuff they said yes to and whatever. You have the right to believe whatever you want. I just did an interview the same way that when we interviewed Classic Shields were saying on their exclusive series that this is the most accurate Reggie art they have. that this is the most accurate one out there. Whether you wanted to believe that or not, again, that was your decision then too. Just like because they were talking about what made their exclusive series different from the what was it 3K one to their $1,800 one. If you wanted to believe what they were saying, then that's your belief. Just like when we brought anybody on, when what they're stating or what they're saying, that's up to you to decide. We just bring people on and have fun with it, and we talk about all aspects of the hobby. This Saturday, we are having it's going to be a lively discussion too. I don't know if you've seen that picture too, Mark, but that's going to be a lively discussion too. This Saturday's how Pakistan belts are made.
I did see it. Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, and it's going to be going over. Everybody thinks that there's 120 Pakistan belt makers, but guess what? There's only 1 billion that's doing everything and making. And there's a video out there, and we've got the information of who all those people are in that video.
I already have my question ready for that night. I just want to know where they do the manis and petties.
Yeah, but
their pictures are always in there.
Yeah, we've had this plan for a little bit, and you're going to find out who the real You're going to see the people that are really making all your belts. But there is makers outside of that, like CS does all their stuff in house, and ORM, and then except for I think their crumb lines, I think their initial plates are outsourced to put in, but I can't confirm that or deny because I don't know. But that'll be an interesting video, and then we're also going to cover this show Saturday and go over what debuted at StarCast and be a fun show. But the Saturday show, how Pakistan belts are made, is going to be a fun show too.
And this Saturday night at what time?
Saturday night at 8 p.m. We're doing that, and then the 28th of June we have Retro Mania Wrestling.
I'm looking forward to that one.
The owner and developer coming on to talk about that game. Big discount going on in that game, so that's going to be awesome too.
Yeah, it's on sale on Steam.
Yeah, 70%. Was it right? 70% off.
It's 70% off right now till June 9th. Yep. Remember laser cut leather? Is that still a thing? I still
Max does that.
Do it. I think some people still do it.
I think Max does that. Max McGalls.
But I still didn't get you guys before we leave. I just still didn't get you guys what you thought of what was said. I didn't hear Richard and Mark's opinion of what was said Saturday.
I haven't seen it yet.
I think they were the information they were given was, like I said, they could have PM'd them personally and asked them the extra questions that they wanted to know instead of just blurting it out and going off in the comments. Like you said, it's an interview. Let them get through the interview, and you can only grab so many questions at a time, and they're coming in rapid fire. I mean, if you want more detailed questions, I'm sure Colin's inbox is always open. Greg's inbox is always
Greg
open.
is the lead on it. Colin, this is more Greg's baby than Colin helped with the things. Yes, Zubar has his own CN machine. There is a couple guys that have their own CN machine, and his what Dave said, Zubar, I can't pronounce it right, but a lot of people like his CNC work.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
My favorite makers.
It's a good belt. I like the work, and I seen the detail of the belt. Colin's got the good C4 belt. I love all belts. Well, would I be able to get me a C4 belt or whatever? Maybe down the road if that happens. But I'm happy with what I'm collecting, and I think the fact that it needs to get out there is it should be worried about all belts that matter, no matter if it's made out of paper, tinfoil, wood, whatever you like, whatever you spend your hard-earned money on. If you like it, that's fine.
Yeah, if you believe what they said, then you believe it. If you don't, then you don't believe it and you don't buy it. But you can ask if I missed any questions that you want to. You can go ask Greg all those questions that you like.
Steve, thanks for watching.
I appreciate that, Steve. Yeah, they were, and they were disgusting and vile, attacking them. It wasn't attacking us on the show. Again, I want to make sure that it wasn't attacking us. They were attacking our guest, and I didn't. That's not fair. I don't want to invite guest on and just personally start attacking them. I appreciate that.
They do a great job. They absolutely do.
And I tell people watch all shows.
Wow,
And can anybody deny that on there? I tell people to watch all different shows, watch them all, enjoy them all. But if you're that sour, I don't want to say this one last thing. If you're one of them sour people that I don't watch any of these belt hobby podcasts, they all think they're gatekeepers. They're
Don't believe that.
I don't give a flying what you think. I do my show because I love talking about belts and the memories they bring. When you look at these belts, they bring me back to a childhood. That's what's important. And this hobby has grown into something that we as adults get to enjoy. If you're so negative and you hate so much in your life, you are one sad individual. If you're just going to hate on every show, then don't watch the podcast. Then don't even comment about them. There's thousands of podcasts out there. It's your choice to watch them whether you're not. But to say that all these shows, this show, our shows, what am I gatekeeping? I'm interviewing everybody from everybody in the hobby.
Yeah.
So if you're locked in somewhere, I'll gladly try to find the combination to the gate and let you in. So just message me.
Yep. And that brings it into our evening. Kevin, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Be sure you tune in to DDK podcast Saturday night. And on DDK YouTube channel, on X, Truth Social, and what's the other one? Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. I was thinking of Switch because those are the things that come out today.
Twitch, Truth Social, Instagram, and X.
Okay. So thank you for joining us tonight. Stick around after the show. We'll chit chat after the show.
Thank you guys. I love you guys. Subscribe to this show. The show is amazing. It's awesome. I love it. I watch it every week. Watch Talking or Wrestling with Pondwater and Dave. Great show too. Watch all of them. Watch everybody.
Yeah, Amy and Dave. Shout out to those guys.
Absolutely. So on behalf of Richard, Andy, Ben, and Kevin, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. Join us again next week for another great show, and watch DDK on Saturday night. Have a good night, everybody.